Hello guys, welcome to my humble YouTube channel where I bring you fanfiction that will brighten your days. Before we start, a subscribe is greatly appreciated, and don't forget to leave a like and ring the bell icon so you won't miss exciting new fanfiction stories. Tensura x Kuma Kuma Bear, Tensura by NullAzatoth Chapter 13. The next day, currently Yuna and the others are having breakfast. Rimuru. So what do you girls plan today? Velzard. Nothing much, I'm just gonna laze around all day. Shizu. Shuna. Same, Rimuru. Sai, you three are enjoying this venation. Shizu. Dear, we've been working ourselves to death back in Tempest, at least give us a break here. The other two nods. Rimuru. Haze, that's true. Diablo, how is the mansion? Diablo. I'd say it's wonderful, my lord, enough for more than 30 people to occupy.
Rimuru. I see. Go and summon maids and butlers of the black lineage.
Diablo nods before leaving to summon his dependents. Rimuru. Karen, Morin, we will go to the shop today.
Karen. I can't wait to see what the shop looks like.
Morin. If there is a kitchen and a dining hall, then it's enough. Hearing this, both Rimuru and Yuna had awkward faces. The place they bought had the right description for a restaurant, but it's not enough to describe the actual building since it's Karen, Morin. A mansion? Both shouted, shocked, seeing the building in front of them. Rimuru. As expected. Yuna. Teehee. Yuna and Rimuru called for Mylene to lead them to the place, and upon arrival the daughter and mother pair was in utter shock seeing the place. Yuna. Let's go in. Both Marin and Karen weren't as nervous since they have already lived in Yuna's house in the capital and her house here in Cremonia, which is 3 times bigger than the mansion in front of them. Nonetheless, this is still a mansion. Rimuru. This is good, it's big enough to take in many customers. Yuna. It also has a big storage space. They toured around the whole mansion, checking all the rooms and other parts of it. Rimuru. This mansion surprisingly has many rooms. Yuna. Yeah, there are 12 of them. Well then you two can choose your rooms, and if we ever had more they can just take the other rooms. Hearing this, Karen went pale. Karen. Why, you mean me and mom will be leaving here? Jay, just the two of us?
Yuna. Well, yes. Living here would be better, as this would help you guys manage the food, being able to cook early and not needing to travel as you are already here. Karen. But this is too big. And with just the two of us.
Yuna. Is there something wrong? Karen. To there might be ghost. Yuna. Morin. Karen has never been good dealing with ghost. Yuna. I see, Rimuru. Well, it wouldn't be as bad as you think once we renovate it. Karen. I see, Yuna. Let's start renovating it tomorrow. We don't need to rush things. Both of you will stay at my place for the time being until we open the shop. The two nod and Karen sighed in relief. Rimuru. So now that we have seen the place, what's next? Yuna. Well, we need some staff, but I've got the perfect people for the job. They can be trusted and hard-working.
Rimuru. How trustworthy are they? Yuna. You'll see.
Karen and Morin decided to go back to Yuna's mansion to take care of the menu and list all the tools and equipments they need. Meanwhile, Yuna led Rimuru outside the city, then went to the location of the orphanage. Rimuru was curious to why she led him here. Rimuru inspected the orphan and was not expecting such a well taken care of place.
Rimuru. Hey, I guess Cliff is quite the lord if an orphanage is well taken care of.
Yuna, on the other hand, had an awkward face, remembering how things were when a corrupted noble took advantage of the orphan money. Yuna. Why, yes, that's the case. Rimuru was too focused on the place to notice her behavior. Rimuru also saw the co-op, which is well maintained. Rimuru. Do they take care of hens here for eggs? The kids who were taking care of the chickens immediately rushed towards Yuna. Yuna. Settle around, kids, I have an important announcement. At first the kids didn't know who she was, but after hearing her voice they recognized her immediately. The children were excited. Yuna has always been taking care of them, and to repay her they would work hard. The caretaker also went out to meet Yuna. She was able to recognize her because of the kids. Caretaker. Yuna, you came to visit? Yuna. Yes, I came here to ask for a favor. Caretaker. Well, you can ask anything. The orphanage is indebted to you after all, and is he your friend?
She asked, pointing towards Rimuru. Although she is an orphan manager, she has lived enough to see that Rimuru is no ordinary person. The clothing he wears is well made and the fabric itself.
Obviously, it was one of the clothes Shuna has made. Yuna. To he is. Rimuru. Are you still shy from telling everyone about us? Yuna. No, that's not it. Why am I the only one having trouble with this? Yuna was red. The head teacher and her assistant had an idea of their relationship. Rimuru. Cute. Anyways, my name is Rimuru Tempest, just call me Rimuru. Anyways, me and Yuna are engaged. Yuna turned red. Head teacher. I see, so Rimuru-san. Yuna-san, what is the reason for your visit? Yuna. I have a job for the kids, orphan. A job? Yuna. Yes, you are free to decide, of course, orphan too. What is the job, Yuna Wanichan? Yuna. Well, you see, I plan to make a restaurant and we need staff and employees, so what do you kids say? The kids turned to each other, then noted. Orphan kids. We accept Yuna Onee-chan. Yuna. I see, then let's divide those who will take care of the birds and eggs and those who wish to work in the restaurant. And just like that, the kids decided to split themselves. Head teacher. We can't thank you enough for everything, Yuna-san. Yuna. Well, the kids deserve to have their future. I'm merely making a path for them. It's their decision and choice how they will walk it. Rimuru. Hey, my wife sure is kind. Yuna. Like I said, we're not married yet. Teacher. Hohu. The very Yuna-san who was known with many names as an adventurer is shy. Head teacher. Youth, how I miss to be young again. Rimuru. Isn't that Hikaru's favorite line back then? Interesting, I guess old people feel the same. Now that they have obtained themselves some workers, Yuna and Rimuru decided to visit Tirumina and Gents. Both decided to walk towards their house since they wanted to enjoy their time. They saw Grace as well heading towards the location. Yuna. Grace, what are you doing here? Grace. Well, I promised Fina that I will train her with the sword, so I came to ask her parents for permission. Of course her father already accepted, but I haven't talked with her mother yet. Rimuru. Is that so? We are also going there, it's better for us to go together then?
Grace. Understood. Upon arrival they knocked on the door. Fina. Who is I? Yuna-san. Rimuru-san and Grace-san.
Yuna. Fina, we came to talk with your parents, Fina. Hi, mother and father have no work today. Fina lead them to her parents where Shuri is also present. Shuri. Yuna Oni-chan. Shuri rushed to Yuna then hugged her. Yuna. You know how I looked? Shuri. Ne-san told me. Otto-san and Ka-san also explained. Yuna. I see, Tirumina. Yuna-san, you came to visit, Rimuru-san as well and Grace. Grace, you may call me Grace, ma'am, it is good to meet you. She bowed. Tirumina was surprised by her behavior. It was curious and polite that noble ladies used to greet each other. Rimuru. We came to talk with you too, Gents. Yes, you told me about that. Tirumina then invited them to take a seat. Grace followed behind and stand behind the two. Yuna told her to sit, but she argued that she is her subordinate and even if it's not necessary it was still her duty. Yuna sighed and gave up. Meanwhile both Tirumina and Gents were surprised. This meant that she is of high status. They have yet to know of Rimuru's identity, of course. Rimuru. So first things first, we will explain things that you might not understand and comprehend. The two became tense as Rimuru and Yuna turned dead serious. Rimuru explained everything that has happened, including the monster attack and more. They also explained the cardinal world and other things. When they heard that, they were in utter shock and couldn't believe it. Of course Yuna and Rimuru proved it, but still shocking. Rimuru explained Tempest and other things such as his wives and Yuna's position, etc. When it was all finished, both tried to digest what they have heard. Tirumina. That's, Gents. Such a thing. Rimuru. Well, it's understandable it took Cliff and the others time to comprehend and digest such information. Yuna. It's all right if you don't believe us, Tirumina. No, it's not that. We're just too shocked right now. So Yuna will become a queen? In another world? Rimuru. Yes, but that will be in the future, Gents. I see. To think gods and other worlds exist. I mean a literal god is right in front of me and my wife, should we be kneeling and praying? Rimuru. Sigh. No, just no, gents. Yuna. Rimuru doesn't like to be treated as a god or emperor, so treat him as a normal individual. I know it's impossible, but currently he and the others are in human bodies with abnormal power. Tirumina. I see, but Yuna, you will also become a goddess in the future? Yuna. Yes, it seems. I know the consequences, the fact that immortality is a curse and the hardships I will be going to. But even then, if I could be with Rimuru and the others, then I am prepared to live eternal life with him. Hearing this, Tirumina sighed in relief. As long as she made her resolve and not regret her decision, then there is no problem. Gents. This is still shocking. And Fina, you knew? Fina. Hee, I couldn't tell you this, Dad, sorry. Gents. Well, it's understandable, but to think such things. Rimuru. It's incomprehensible anyways. There is another thing besides that. Tirumina. Which is? Rimuru. Are you interested in us training Fina? And possibly Shuri? Hearing this shocked her, gents already knew. Tirumina. Wait, what? Yuna. We wanted her to be trained so she could defend herself, especially when she is alone. As such, we could avoid another incident like with that wolf who attacked her. We were lucky I was there at that time, but what would happen if I wasn't? Hearing this, Tirumina understood, but even then she wasn't sure. Gents. Well, she is still young, but training her in such a young age would be beneficial in the long run. Rimuru. Indeed, not to mention my wife is fond of her, we might take her as her assistant. Tirumina. But she is just a young normal girl. Rimuru. That may be the case, but she is hardworking, smart, sharp and quite loyal to Yuna. Currently she has no assistant, only a guard and servants. Tirumina. That's... Gents. But she has no experience in any work related to assisting or things in the palace or such. Rimuru. No need to worry, she will learn, and her working in Tempest is still a far dream. Tempest is not any country, it's a supreme sovereignty to hold authority over administration. Work isn't like any country, and there are strict requirements for that. Unless she choose to serve her for eternity and become spiritual life form, then yes, but if not, then she is temporary and would work by her side, merely assisting her. This shocked them. Does that mean even someone like Fina or any other normal beings can become gods? Rimuru. And if possible, we may even have Shuri work as well. Not just her, but you too may live for eternity and live in Tempest with them, but this is ultimately your choices. Gents. But wait, is that really possible? We are just normal human beings, can we become immortal? Yuna. You know, gents, Rimuru told me of my blessings. To bless others meant giving eternal life. If I become a goddess and you receive my blessings, then you would become a spiritual life form. You may receive power through naming like we explained. But with my blessing in particular, you may be able to evolve into a higher being of a human. This shocked the two. Fina and Shuri were listening intently. They were involved after all. Fina understood what eternal life meant. It is not a blessing but a curse to live while seeing your loved ones die is no blessing. It is not humane, nor are they alive. To live meant to die, but by losing their lifespan meant they aren't alive nor are they human. But she is ready and prepared to decide for herself and accept what she sees as best.
If she could live for eternity with Yuna and her family, then she would happily accept.
Shuri, although doesn't see the bigger picture, understood that immortality isn't good. Gents and Tirumina, as expected, understand how cruel eternal life is. For some it may sound good, but no, if one were to think logically, having that makes you different than others, making you not human and all alone. But they also understood why they explained this. It's wholly their decision after all, and they could live with their family for eternity. It's not bad if you think of it that way. They wouldn't be the only ones. Tirumina. May we think of it for now? Rimuru. No problem. You know, I've talked with Cliff and his family already, and they're also thinking about it. This surprised the two. Of course Fina knows. Rimuru has also talked with Cliff and Eleonora about this. Of course they need time to think. Yuna. I was shocked, you know, I didn't know I could make someone immortal. Rimuru. It's not that easy. Even if you become a goddess, there are necessary requirements such as loyalty and eternal servitude towards you, but they still have freedom. To be loyal while being free, it's not that simple. Only a few could meet such requirements. Yuna. I see. Rimuru then turned to the two parents. Rimuru. But even without that, we still want to train the two. Me and Yuna will live in this world until the day comes when she finally has no attachment to it. Basically, if the day when your lifespan and those she loved would die and return to the cycle of life. Gents. I see, so you want them to train so they could safely defend themselves and enjoy their life with Yuna while they can? Yuna. Yes, I know it's selfish of me, but I want to live my life here as Yuna, and to do that I want them to stand beside me until the day comes when I become a full-fledged goddess and leave this world and those I see as my family. That's right, the true reason was simple. Yuna will one day leave, and that is after many years once she has no more attachments. But before that she wants them to live a little longer and evolved into enlightened and travel the world with her, hence the journey to make this kingdom the central power. While in this journey she wants to face hardships and adventures with everyone including Fina and Shuri, so she would be able to move forward in the future without any regrets. Both Tirumina and Gents were shocked and immediately understood. Rimuru. So you see, if you decide to accept and serve her before you die, then we would happily accept you, and even if you didn't it would be no problem. You have a whole lifetime of thinking before making a decision, you don't have to rush things, we can revive and evolve you with ease.
Yuna. Yes, I am happy enough to enjoy my life with Shuri while we can, that alone is enough for me.
Both Gents and Tirumina understood. Her decision might have been the hardest, since she would live for eternity as a goddess if she wanted to continue living with Rimuru, but her once-known family would outlive her, as such the weight of her decision between her love for Rimuru and her humanity and family was heavy. Tirumina. I see, if that is all then it is all right. Fina and Shuri shall decide their fate. They may choose their path if they want to train and become strong, then we will happily support them. Gents. Yes, and if they wish to serve Yuna to become her assistant one day, then we will support them and maybe follow them as well. This surprised Yuna. She was happy to hear this. Yuna. Thank you, Gents-san. Tirumina-san. Yuna didn't have a family or anyone to call a family, but in this world she did. They were the first and she wanted to cherish them. Rimuru. Then it's decided. Fina, Shuri, you two shall learn the sword under Grace. Shuri, Fina. Hi, please take care of us, Grace-sensei. Grace. I like it, Grace-sensei, it gives a good ring in it, he. Yuna. I'll leave them in your care, Grace. Grace. Leave it to me, Yuna. Rimuru. Now then, Yuna, don't you have a gift for the two? Yuna. Ah yes. Yuna took out the grimoire together with a sword and double dagger. Tirumina. Yuna-san, this is... Yuna. Well, a gift for Shuri and Fina. For now Shuri wouldn't be able to use a weapon, but she will learn hand-to-hand combat. As for Fina, this grimoire is for her. I also heard you two were former adventurers, so I asked a blacksmith back in Tempest. For this you can train with Grace if you want. This surprised them. Tirumina. But I don't fight anymore. Gents. Same, Yuna. Well, it might prove to be useful in the future, and here. Yuna gave some sort of potion. Yuna. This is a rejuvenating elixir. This will give you back your appearance and physical strength when you were in your 20s.
Both. What? Yuna. Is there a problem? Both. There are tons of it. Rimuru. Hey, what a careless wife I have.
Grace. My lord, you aren't one to talk. Rimuru. Rimuru avoided eye contact, looking away, after both Tirumina and Gents calmed down. Tirumina. Seriously, Yuna, you and your absurdness. Gents. I guess the Queen of Chaos and the wife of the Chaos Creator is a fitting name and title. Yuna blushes in embarrassment hearing that. Rimuru. I like the sound of that. Yuna tried to avoid the topic. Yuna. Anyways, with these you can become younger, at least physically and appearance-wise. Gents. I guess we would accept it, not like we could decline since you would undoubtedly push it on us. Yuna. Correct. Both. Sigh, so they reluctantly accepted and drank the potion. Tirumina. She was shocked after feeling more light and felt her skin became smoother. Gents. This is... Gents felt his body return to its past glory, all his past injuries were gone. Yuma. Oh yeah, it's also a healing potion since it originated from a full potion, which is a full recovery potion, but has the rejuvenating effect. Gents. Amazing, Tirumina. I didn't know it was this amazing. Are you sure giving that to us, Yuna? Yuna. It's fine, that was actually unnecessary potion for Tempest, since majority are long-lived and immortal, so yeah. Rimuru. Even if we gave enough for a whole country it wouldn't matter. The two were shocked, They now understood the power of Tempest to an extent. Shuri and Fina were surprised to see the younger appearance of their parents. Rimuru. Now then you two may train under Grace, and... Rimuru stands from his position then went to the two. Both Gents and Tirumina felt nervous but Rimuru went behind them and held their shoulders. After that both heard a voice. VOTW. Individuals. Tirumina and Gents are now connected to the central world. Tirumina. What was that voice? Gents. I heard it too. Rimuru. Remember the voice of the world we mentioned? I now connected the two of you to the cardinal world. Now you may receive skills from my world but your evolution is restricted to that of enlightened. The two were shocked but accepted. Rimuru. One more thing, this sword and dagger are for you too, but Shuri and Fina don't have one yet. It's currently being forged so they will use these for now. Rimuru gave a magic weapon unique grade. Rimuru. These two swords are unique grade weapons. Fina. Unique? Rimuru. Yes, they are surprised. Of course they heard the types of weapons Rimuru. After the talk both Yuna and Rimuru decided to leave since it was getting dark. Tirumina. Nay gents. I know what you're thinking, she has it hard. Tirumina. You know if Fina did accept such offer to serve her then I wouldn't mind living for eternity as long as you are by my side. Gents. If that's the case then I wouldn't mind as well, it's all depends on their decision. Both looked at their daughters who were looking outside the window glancing towards the backs of Rimuru and Yuna. Shuri. Nei-chan, wouldn't it be fine to be able to be with dad and mom forever while being with Yuna Oni? Fina. Shuri, it's not as easy as it sound. Yuna Oni-chan. Yuna wouldn't be able to completely move on. They understand that it is normal for any person to outlive someone younger than them or those who die from accidents or illness. Since they would also face death, for Yuna she will live eternally with a scar in her heart that will never heal nor will be forgotten. She will not die to forget but love to remember. Meanwhile. Angel. Mana-sama. The virus is infecting many of the creatures in that world. Mana. Damn it, it's digging into the system. Not only that but it's trying to hijack it. Angel. Oh no, this is bad. If it succeeds then the world would be in chaos, to be continued.